What is marketing?
Well, this is a good question because if you ask anybody, and I do this quite often, like accountants or people on flights when I'm transiting to cities and doing work, and I ask anybody not in marketing what it is, they pretty much 99% of the time say it's advertising or it's some form of promotion, or some of them may say sales. And traditionally, that hasn't been the case. But then, obviously, there's programs like Mad Men and all this advertising sort of agency-centric thing. So a lot of their only exposure to marketing has been the comms or advertising portion of the marketing discipline. For me, I'm a bit of more of that sort of 4Ps style thing because that's what I was trained in. And that's also what growth is in a SaaS context. So in the tech world, marketing was a dirty word, so they rebranded it to growth. But essentially, it's marketing. In fact, the guy who coined the phrase growth hacking is a formerly trained marketer. Anyway, so the point is, marketing for me is the function of business that concerns itself with market. And that's really critical because without that, I would call it almost an unnatural force within the organization. What happens by default is that everybody else in the organization avoids exposure to the market and just sort of does their own thing, their own little department. And you unnaturally as a marketer have to bring that force back into the organization, which people don't like because it validates or invalidates some of the assumptions they have about what things work and what don't and how important their job role is and how much the consumer notices things and doesn't. So it actually tends to cause a lot of friction. A lot of the stuff the customers don't even notice. They don't appreciate it. They sort of go off of like a vibe or very piecemeal information. If I was a marketer and I would know that truth and bringing it back to the founder or the owner of the business and told him, well, this actually they don't notice that. They don't care. So why are you spending all that time? They can get really affronted by that reality and sort of push back on that. So that's just one kind of example. But for me, it's just bringing the force of the market back into the business and concerning yourself with the market at all times. And this is expressed through the product offering, which is elements of brand and people and everything. It's pricing, it's packaging, it's the positioning of the offering in the consumer's mind. It's brand sort of overlaying all of that. There's the promotion side, which we kind of already talked about, which is what everyone fixates on. But for me, if you get pricing, you get product, you get distribution right, you almost don't need promotion. They always say a good product sells itself. It's not always true, but I think what can get overlooked is those other fundamentals which are really key.